Good morning, Willard Wildcats. Happy Friday, September 18th. We have 2 birthdays to celebrate this weekend. Happy birthday to Melanie G. and Alexander H. We hope you have wonderful birthdays this weekend. Today we're going to read a book called Guess How Much I Love You by Sam McBratney and illustrated by Anita Jerome. Have you read this book? It's a very familiar book, I think, for many of you. And it is a big book, so I'm hoping you all can see it. Little nut brown hare, can you see that picture? Who was going to bed, held on tight to big nut brown hare's very long ears. That reminds me of I.B. Caring. Let's go this way. He wanted to be sure that Big Nut Brown Hare was listening. Guess how much I love you, he said. Oh, I don't think I could guess that, said Big Nut Brown Hare. Isn't that a beautiful picture? So we've read 2 pages of this. What's hare another word for? Rabbit. This much, said Little Nut Brown Hare, stretching out his arms as wide as they could go. Big Nut Brown Hare had even longer arms. But I love you this much, he said. That is a lot, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. I love you as high as I can reach, said Little Nut Brown Hare. Where are Little Nut Brown Hare hands? They're above his head, right? They're above. I love you as high as I can reach, said Big Nut Brown Hare. That's very high, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. I wish I had arms like that. Where are Big Nut Brown Hare's arms? They're above Big Nut Brown Hare's head. Then Little Nut Brown Hare had a good idea. He tumbled upside down and reached up the tree trunk with his feet. I love you all the way up to my toes, he said. Now his head is below his feet, right? And I love you all the way up to your toes, said Big Nut Brown Hare, swinging him up over his head. I love you as high as I can hop, laughed Little Nut Brown Hare, bouncing up and down. But I love you as high as I can hop, smiled Big Nut Brown Hare, and he hopped so high that his ears touched the branches above. That's good hopping, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. I wish I could hop like that. If you want to get better at something, what do you have to do? Practice, 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 right? I love you all the way down the lane as far as the river, cried Little Nut Brown Hare. I love you across the river and over the hills, said Big Nut Brown Hare. Across, all the way across, right? That's very far, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. He was almost too sleepy to think anymore. Then he looked beyond the thorn bushes, out in the big dark night. Nothing could be farther than the sky. Do you ever take a chance to look out your space and see the night sky? I love you right up to the moon, he said, and closed his eyes. Oh, that's far, said Big Nut Brown Hare. That is very, very far. Big Nut Brown Hare settled Little Nut Brown Hare into his bed of leaves. He leaned over and kissed him good night. Then he lay down close by and whispered with a smile, I love you right up to the moon and back. Wildcats, I hope you enjoyed today's book. I hope you remembered about I.B. Caring, even though this month we're talking about and celebrating being creative and being curious and being inquirers, it's always important to remember all the aspects of the IB attitudes and learner profiles, and to think about how you can show somebody you're caring. So I want you to know that we are so happy to see each and every one of you every day in our virtual classrooms. Wildcats, remember, we are safe, respectful, and responsible. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on Monday.